Chapter 21. After this, the following happened. Ahab, king of Samaria, had a palace in Jezreel. Near this palace there was a vineyard that belonged to a man named Naboth. One day Ahab said to Naboth, "Give me your vineyard. It is near my palace, and I want to use the land to make a garden. In exchange I will give you a vineyard better than yours. Or if you prefer, I will pay you a fair price for it. This vineyard is an inheritance from my ancestors. God forbid that I should hand it over to you." Ahab went home upset and angry because of what Naboth had said. He lay down on the bed, turned to the wall, and did not want to eat anything. Then his wife Jezebel went to speak with him and asked, "Why are you so upset? Why do you not want to eat?" "It is because of what Naboth said to me. I told him that I wanted to buy his vineyard, or else if he preferred, I would give him another in exchange. But Naboth told me that he would not give me his vineyard. After all, are you the king, or are you not? Get up, cheer up, and eat. I will give you the vineyard of Naboth, the man of Jezreel." Then she wrote some letters in the name of Ahab and sealed them with his signet ring. And she sent them to the authorities and to the leaders of Jezreel. The letters said the following: "Announce that there will be a day of fasting. Gather all the people and put Naboth in the place of honor. Seat in front of him 2 worthless men to accuse Naboth of having cursed God and the king. Then take Naboth outside the city and stone him to death." The authorities and the leaders of Jezreel did what Jezebel had ordered. They announced that there would be a day of fasting. They gathered the people and put Naboth in the place of honor. Then before the people, the 2 worthless men accused Naboth of having cursed God and the king. And so he was taken outside the city and stoned to death. Then they sent word to Jezebel. Naboth was stoned to death. As soon as Jezebel received the message, she said to Ahab, "Naboth is dead. Now go and take possession of the vineyard that he did not want to sell to you." As soon as he heard that Naboth was dead, Ahab went to the vineyard and took possession of it. Then the Lord God said to Elijah, the prophet of Tishbe, "Go speak with Ahab, king of Israel, who lives in the city of Samaria. You will find him in Jezreel, in the vineyard of Naboth." He went there to take possession of it. Say to Ahab that I, the Lord, am saying to him, "Do you kill a man and still take his property?" Say to Ahab that what I am saying is this: "In the same place where the dogs licked up Naboth's blood, they will lick up your own blood." When Ahab saw Elijah, he asked, "Have you found me, my enemy?" "Yes, I have found you, because you have given yourself completely to do what the Lord God considers evil. Therefore he says to you, I will bring disaster upon you. I will wipe you out, and I will get rid of all the men of your family, both young and old. I will make your family like the family of King Jeroboam, son of Naboth, and like the family of Baasha, son of Ahijah. For you have led the people of Israel to sin, and this has provoked me and made me angry. And as for Jezebel, the Lord God says that the dogs will eat her body in the city of Jezreel. Her relatives who die in the city will be eaten by the dogs. Those who die in the field will be eaten by the vultures. There was never anyone who gave himself so completely to do what displeased the Lord as Ahab did. And all this he did at the suggestion of his wife Jezebel. Ahab committed the most shameful sins by worshiping idols, as the Amorites had done, the people whom the Lord had driven out of the land as the people of Israel advanced. When Elijah finished speaking, Ahab tore his clothes. He threw them away and put on rough sackcloth. He did not eat anything, slept on rough cloths. He walked sad and dejected. Then the Lord God said to the prophet Elijah, "Have you seen how Ahab has humbled himself before me? Since he is doing this, it will not be during his lifetime that I will bring the disaster I promised. It will be during the lifetime of his son that I will bring disaster upon the family of Ahab." Chapter 22. During the 2 following years, there was peace between Israel and Syria. But in the 3rd year, Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, went to visit King Ahab of Israel. Ahab asked his officials, "Why is it that we have not done anything to take back from the king of Syria the city of Ramoth-Gilead? You know that that city is ours." Then he asked King Jehoshaphat, "Will you go with me to attack Ramoth? When you are ready for battle, I also will be, and so also my soldiers and my cavalry." But Jehoshaphat said, "But first let us consult God, the Lord." Then Ahab sent to call the prophets, who were about 400, and asked, "Shall the first attack the city of Ramoth or not? Attack, for God will give you the victory." But Jehoshaphat asked, "Is there not here any other prophet through whom we may consult the Lord?" "There is another who is called Micaiah, son of Imlah, but I hate him, because he never prophesies for me what is good, but only what is bad." "Ah, do not speak that way," said Jehoshaphat. Then Ahab called an officer and ordered him to immediately bring Micaiah. The two kings, wearing their royal robes, were seated on their thrones in a square near the entrance of the gate of Samaria. And all the prophets were prophesying in front of them. One of the prophets, called Zedekiah, son of Chenaanah, made an iron horn and said to Ahab, "What the Lord God is saying is this: with these horns the Lord will fight against the Syrians and will completely defeat them." And all the prophets prophesied the same thing. They said, "March against the city of Ramoth, O king, for the Lord will give you the victory." Meanwhile, the officer who had gone to fetch Micaiah said to him, "All the other prophets have prophesied that the king will succeed. It is better that you do the same. I swear by the Lord, the living God, that I will speak what he himself commands." When Micaiah arrived at the place where King Ahab was, he asked Micaiah, "Shall King Jehoshaphat and I attack the city of Ramoth or not?" "Attack, for the Lord will give you the victory. When you speak to me in the name of the Lord God, speak the truth. How many times must I say this?" Then Micaiah said, "I see the army of Israel scattered upon the hills like sheep without a shepherd. And the Lord God says, 'These men have no chief. Let them return home in peace.'" Ahab said, "Did I not tell you that he never prophesies good for me? He always says something bad." Micaiah said, "Now hear what the Lord God is saying. I saw the Lord seated on his throne in heaven, with all his angels on his right and on his left." He asked, "Who will deceive Ahab so that he will go to Ramoth and be killed there?" Some angels said one thing and others said another, until a spirit presented himself and said, "I will deceive Ahab." And God asked, "How?" And the spirit answered, "I will go and make all the prophets of Ahab speak lies." Then God ordered, "Go and deceive Ahab. You will succeed. And now, O king, the Lord has made all your prophets lie, for he has decided that disaster will come upon you." Then the prophet Zedekiah came near Micaiah, struck him on the face, and asked, "When was it that the Spirit of the Lord left me and spoke with you?" "You will discover that when you enter some back room trying to hide." Then King Ahab gave the following order to one of his officers: "Arrest Micaiah and take him to Ammon, governor of the city, and to Prince Joash. Tell them to put him in prison and feed him only bread and water until I return safe and sound." Micaiah said, "If you, O king, return in peace, then in fact the Lord God has not spoken through me. All of you here, pay attention to what I have prophesied." So King Ahab of Israel and King Jehoshaphat of Judah went to attack the city of Ramoth-Gilead. Ahab said to Jehoshaphat, "When we enter the battle, I will disguise myself, but you wear your royal robes." And so the king of Israel entered the battle in disguise. The king of Syria had ordered the 32 captains of his war chariots not to attack anyone except the king of Israel. So when they saw King Jehoshaphat, they thought he was the king of Israel and went to attack him. But Jehoshaphat shouted, and they saw that he was not the king of Israel, and stopped attacking him. However, a Syrian soldier shot an arrow that by chance struck King Ahab between the joints of his armor. Then he cried out to the driver of his chariot, "I am wounded. Turn around and take me out of the battle." While the battle grew stronger, they held King Ahab standing in his chariot facing the Syrians. His blood was running from his wound to the bottom of the chariot, and in the evening he died. At sunset, the following order was given to the army of Israel: "Let each man return to his own land and to his own city." And so King Ahab died. His body was taken to Samaria and buried. And when they washed his chariot at the reservoir of Samaria, the dogs licked his blood, and the prostitutes washed themselves there, as the Lord God had said would happen. And also a description of his palace decorated with ivory and all the cities that he built. All this is written in the history of the kings of Israel. When Ahab died, his son Ahava became king in his place. In the 4th year of the reign of Ahab in Israel, Jehoshaphat, son of Asa, became king of Judah at the age of 35. He ruled in Jerusalem 25 years. His mother was called Azubah, and was the daughter of Shili. Like Asa, his father, had done before him, Jehoshaphat did what the Lord God considered right. But the pagan places of worship were not destroyed, and there the people continued to offer sacrifices and to burn incense. Jehoshaphat lived in peace with the king of Israel. All the other things that Jehoshaphat did, all his courage and his battles, are written in the history of the kings of Judah. He put an end to all the male and female prostitutes who served at the pagan altars, who had remained since the time of Asa his father. The country of Edom had no king and was governed by a governor appointed by the king of Judah. King Jehoshaphat built great ships to sail to the land of Ophir and bring gold, but they were broken at Ezion-Jabor and never sailed. Then Ahaziah son of Ahab offered his sailors to travel with the sailors of Jehoshaphat, but he did not want it. Jehoshaphat died and was buried in the tombs of the kings in the city of David, and his son Joram became king in his place. In the 17th year of the reign of Jehoshaphat in Judah, Ahaziah son of Ahab became king of Israel and ruled 2 years in Samaria. He sinned against God, following the bad example of his father Ahab, of his mother Jezebel, and of King Jeroboam, who had made the people of Israel sin. Ahaziah worshipped and served the god Baal, and as his father had done before him, made the Lord, the God of Israel, become angry.